In this video, I'm going to share 30 different secrets about Disneyland Paris' Main Street, USA that you may not have known before. Main Street, USA is one of my favorite parts of Disneyland Paris. It's basically what you see when you first enter the main park over here. We've got the lovely gazebo in front of us, and there's just so much to see, loads of different shops, and also so many different secrets, unique things about this part of the park that just make it even more special. And the first secret I want to share with you is actually here in front of the Main Street Transportation building. And one cool thing about this building is that you may think it looks a little bit familiar to something else that you might have seen. Now, the way this building was built, the Main Street Transportation Co. building, is meant to remind you a little bit of the Disneyland Castle in Anaheim, the original Disneyland. If you look at it from here, you can kind of see what I mean, like the design of it is quite similar, and it was built in the same kind of inspiration as well. The architecture of this is very representative of the original castle of Disneyland. The second secret of Main Street USA can be found on the Main Street station over here behind me, and this is one of my favorite secrets actually because it's very historical. And if you look at the staircase over here, you might be able to see something that might be a little bit confusing if you don't know the history of Disneyland Paris, because as you can see, the signs here say EDRR, and same goes for the rest of the station as well. Again, EDRR, and it keeps going. EDRR, that's basically the logo of the Main Street station here at Disneyland Paris. And the reason for that is that Disneyland Paris was originally called Euro Disney, or Euro Disneyland to be more precise, and that's why you still have some homages to the original name of the park here on the Main Street USA station. Whilst we're by the train station, let me show you another secret here that is really cool. So at the entrance of Disneyland Park, as you can see, we've got this wonderful train station, and as you can see, there are some stained glass windows on top of each of the decorations for the 30th. I'm going to zoom on them so you can see, and each of them are meant to represent one of the lands in Disneyland Park. So we've got Discoveryland over there, very pretty. Then next to it we've got Frontierland above Mickey's face. On the other side we've got Fantasyland with the castle over there, and then of course Adventureland being the last one on top of Goofy. The next secret can be found outside City Hall, which is opposite Main Street Transportation on your left hand side as you enter the park. And if you keep going closer, you're going to find a really important plaque. No, not this one. This one just says Inform Relations, Visitor Guest Relations. Quite boring, but if we keep going a bit closer to the entrance, over here you find a sign that says Parents Perdus, or Lost Parents, Inquire Here for Children, which is just really funny considering obviously Disneyland Paris is for families and children all alike. It's just funny to see the words parents that are lost parents rather than lost children. Makes sense as well, to be fair, because you normally come to the City Hall for information. It's basically guest relations. If you have any questions, anything that you want to find out more about, you'd come here, which is why it's for lost parents. If you want to find out the actual lost children sign though, that is on top of Main Street where the baby area is, the baby changing area. That's a different thing altogether, but this is just a really fun secret that I wanted to share. For this next secret, we've come in front of the Bixby Brothers shop, as you can see behind me, and on top of the shop there's actually a dentist, and you might be able to hear some funny things coming through from the dentistry. This is the dentistry up there. It says guaranteed painless or your teeth back, and you've got that lovely sign of an actual tooth over there as well. It's a dental school, so yeah, if you listen closely though, you're gonna hear I can hear them already, but hopefully you're going to be able to in a second as well.
Dr. Beers, your patient is waiting.
Good. Open wide. This one. All done, Mr. Jones. Good as new. Mr. Jones? There. Voila, as they say. All done. Thank you for volunteering, Dr. Molaire.
It's honestly so funny listening on the conversations going on at the dentistry school above Bixby Brothers, because it definitely isn't as painless as they advertise it to be. We're still in front of Bixby Brothers for this next secret, and basically the name of the dentist, as you can see, the dental school, is Dr. Bitts, and you can even see some of the characters inside talk about Dr. Bitts whilst you listen to them. And Dr. Bitts, the name Bitts, is actually an homage to Eddie Soto Bitts, who was the main artistic director of Main Street USA. Still by the dental school because it's one of my favorite parts of Main Street USA, and on that top window over there you might be able to see a few different names of other dentists in training, and the names of these 5 dentists in training correspond with the names of the 5 artistic directors of the different lands in Disneyland Paris. So we've got Jay Burke, which is Jeff Burke, who directed Frontierland. Then we've got Tim Delaney, who did Discoveryland. Tim Morris did Fantasyland. Eddie Soto, we've already talked about him. He was the director of Main Street USA. And then of course C. Tietz for Chris Tietz. He was the director of Adventureland in Disneyland Park. This next secret is one of my favorites. So right opposite Discovery Arcade, next to Bixby Brothers, you will find this shop over here, which is called Kitty Hawk, and as you can see, it's closed, so no one's actually going inside the shop. And there is actually a sign over there as well that says Closed. Flight testing. Why could that be? Well, Kitty Hawk is actually a name of a town in North Carolina, which is where the two brothers Orville and Wilbur Wright, the Wright brothers, achieved their first powered flight in history on December 17th, 1903 with the aircraft called Flyer. So there you go, the Kitty Hawk's bicycle shop on Main Street is actually an homage to the Wright brothers, and the reason it's closed as well is because the brothers had gone to do some flight tests. Now inside New Century Notions, or Flora's Boutique as it's called, you might be able to find a little phone right next to the cashier, and if you pick it up, which you are allowed to do so, you might be able to listen to some really interesting conversations. Here's a closer look at this phone. It's a very odd looking phone, as you can see. Really, really cool. And there you go, you just pick it up and you listen to some conversations.
Just a false alarm, I guess. Well, gentlemen, I got an important phone call to me. Okay then, talk to you later.
It's so funny. It's basically conversations from Main Street residents from back in the day, so from like hundreds of years ago. Definitely worth checking out if you want something unique in Disneyland Paris. Flora's Boutique, by the way, and yes, that's the next secret. You might be wondering, why Flora? And that's because it's an ode, an homage to Walt Disney's mom, who was called Flora. For this next secret, we are standing in front of Lily's Boutique on Main Street, USA, and if you didn't know, Lily is the wife, or was the wife, of Walt Disney, and if you go inside the shop, you'll be able to find some historic photos of the pair of them as well. Here we go, Lily's Boutique, and this is a pretty small shop. It mainly sells, as you can see, kitchenware, etc. But there we have it, some of the photos of Walt and Lily together. Quite a lot of them. It's really cool. It's almost like a little mini museum, so if you want to see some historical photos of this loved up couple, this is the place to come basically. For this next Main Street secret, we are inside Emporium, which is one of the biggest shops here in Disneyland Paris, and as you can see, there are two cashiers behind me, and each of them have a different poster behind them, and one of them, the one over there, has the date 1871 on it, which basically corresponds with 1971, the opening of Walt Disney World in Orlando, Florida, and the next one on this side has the date 1855, which basically is 1955, the opening of Disneyland California in Anaheim. So it's cool to know that there's an ode to both of the American parks here in Disneyland Paris' Main Street, USA, inside Emporium. But before we go to the next secret, one of my lovely followers wanted to say hi in the video, and it was an honor meeting her. I've just bumped into the lovely.
Yes.
What's your name?
Jean.
Jean. And
Christian.
and Disneyland Paris fans, you love the vlogs?
Absolutely.
Cool, thank you so much for saying hi. And what's been the best thing you've done on your trip so far?
I don't know this one.
There's a lot, isn't there? Just seeing the castle, seeing Mickey.
Mickey.
Love that. Mickey's the best. How about you?
Yeah, just being there.
Just being in the parks. Well, thank you so much for saying hi. Thank you for watching the videos as well. It means a lot. Thank you. Thank you so much. Outside of Emporium, as you can see, there are a couple of American flags kind of scattered around on top of Emporium. What you may not know though is that there are actually only 48 stars on these American flags above the Emporium shop, because at the time when Main Street USA was first imagined, Alaska and Hawaii had not become official states yet. We're still in front of Emporium, the shop for this next Main Street secret, and as you can see, there's a plaque here that says Emporium since 1892. Now you might be wondering, why 1892? Well, if you go 100 years forward from 1892 to 1992, that is of course the year that Disneyland Paris was opened here in France. I love that little detail. All the details, in fact, of Disneyland Paris are what makes me love them. But the fact that it's also 1892 rather than 1992 is because Main Street USA is meant to be a century ago, so you know, in the olden days and not in current times. Secret number 15, and we are now in front of Main Street Motors, which is one of the shops here on Main Street USA. And if you look at the top bit, there's a little cup, and from time to time you might be able to see a little bit of smoke come out of it, almost like a hot cappuccino waiting to be drank. And if you come inside Main Street Motors in the shop, just on your left hand side when you first enter, you might see a clock just behind me, and as you can see, the dials on the clock are upside down, and that's because the numbers, as you can see, are in reverse order. Pretty cool, pretty unique to this shop, Main Street Motors on Main Street USA. We are inside Harrington's shop on Main Street USA for the next secret, but before we even get to the secret, look how beautiful the dome is with the chandelier. It's so beautiful. But the dome and chandelier inside Harrington's shop aren't just visually beautiful, you could say they're also a little bit magical. With the way the dome was built and designed, apparently if you stand on one side of the dome, so this side of the cashier, and somebody's on the other side and you whisper something to them, it's going to carry your voice, and the other person on the the other side should be able to hear your voice. Now I can't test this myself as it's only me in the parks today, but if you ever come here with another person, try it. Have somebody stand there and the next person on the other side and then whisper something and see if the acoustics of the dome can help their voice transit to the other side. How are you? Oh, thank you. Now one of my absolute favorite secrets can be found on that poster behind me, which is right next to the storybook store, and if you go closer to it and pay close attention, you're going to find something really, really special. So as you can see, we've got the ship over there with loads of passengers on the ship, loads of different people, etc. But then if you pay close attention, and hopefully my camera's going to be able to pick this up, if you zoom in, you might be able to see Walt Disney and Mickey himself on the ship. Here's a little photo, so hopefully you can have a better look at the details of it, but you can see Mickey's ears, his cute iconic ears, and of course Walt Disney right next to him. I just think it's so cool to see him on a poster. Like, a lot of people would just miss it just looking at it from a distance, but if you pay attention you can find all these little details that I love. For this next secret, we are going to be going through Liberty Arcade, which is one of the two arcades here at Disneyland Paris, and as you can see, in many ways Liberty Arcade looks very similar to Discovery Arcade on the other side of the park. However, you might notice that right next to the toilets over here we've got this little section with all these flags, and then this little area that doesn't look like it's going to be anything, but actually you're allowed to go in there and have a look at what's inside. Before we go inside though, let's have a look at what it says here: a gift of France to America. So basically, if you didn't know, France gifted the Statue of Liberty to America, to New York, and when you go in there you're going to see something quite special. It's basically a little homage to France and the U.S.'s friendship, and obviously that particular moment when they handed over the Statue of Liberty to New York. Just bumped into the lovely Maya. Do you want to wave? Oh, lovely to meet you. And we've got Ian in the back as well. Ian, I love your face paint. Do you want to do a wave? Oh, lovely to meet you guys, and thank you so much for watching. Speaking of arcades, the other arcade in Disneyland Paris is of course Discovery Arcade, located on the Discovery Land side of Disneyland Park. And inside Discovery Arcade you'll find loads of different display windows talking about Discovery. There you go, Spirit of Discovery, and all the cool things that have been invented over the years. And the goal of Discovery Arcade is to bridge the past of Main Street USA to the future of Discovery Land. Still in Discovery Arcade, and the next thing I'm going to show you inside here is actually the Paris Opera House, which you can see at the end of Discovery Arcade. And there's a person, opera singer, perhaps maybe somebody watching the show, just enjoying life outside the opera house. And that swiftly brings us to our next Main Street USA secret, because as you can see here, if you read them, it says, be as bright and beautiful as the Paris Opera House, light up your home with electric lamps. So basically at the end of Discovery Arcade you're going to find finally some electric lamps. So whilst throughout the arcade here most of the lamps, in fact all of them, are all gas lamps, and that's the start of Main Street. You're coming all the way here, getting closer and closer to the castle. As soon as you leave Discovery Arcade you're going to say goodbye to the final gas lights here, and then you're finally going to get to some electric lights over here. How cool is that? And it's the same on Main Street USA as well. So from the moment you enter the parks and walk down Main Street USA, you'll notice that all the lights around you are going to be gas lights, like the one behind me. So there you go, gas light over here. On the other side, right next to Casey's Corner, again we've got another gas lamp, and then another one in front of us. But as we keep walking towards the castle and kind of ending Main Street USA, same as both of the arcades, you will notice that eventually we are going to get to electric lights over here. This is the first electric light, and actually this used to have a sign that said Edison Avenue right next to it. I'm not sure where it's gone at the moment, but I'm going to leave a clip here so you can see what it used to look like, which I think is so cool. Obviously an homage to Thomas Edison, who invented the electricity. And yeah, from this point onwards as well, you'll notice that all the lamps are going to be electric lights as you get closer and closer to the castle. Pretty cool detail. Walt's Restaurant, one of my favorite places to eat at in Disneyland Paris, but have you ever paid attention to the address of the restaurant? As you can see right on top of the Walt's Restaurant sign over here, there's a little address that says 1401 Flower Street, just over there. And that's because 1401 Flower Street is meant to be a nod to the address of Walt Disney Imagineering. How cool is that? Whilst we're outside Walt's, there's another secret that's also quite cool about Walt's Restaurant, and that is that on the facade of Walt's Restaurant, at the entrance of it, as you can see, if you pay attention closely, you might be able to see the dates 1901 and also Chicago, Illinois. And that of course is an homage to Walt Disney's year of birth, as well as Walt Disney's hometown of Chicago. The next Main Street USA shop that has a cool date on it is this one here, Disney & Co. And if you look above, there is a really precise, like intricate date on it that basically corresponds with the birth date of Roy Disney, so June 24th, 1893. And the letters as well, RODBLDG, basically stand for Roy Oliver Disney building in full, which is really, really cool. Just bumped into the lovely Sandra and Jen. And are you having a good time?
Yeah, we're having an awesome time.
Best thing you've done so far?
Hell yeah, best thing about Europe.
Oh, cool. Well, nice to meet you. Thank you for watching the videos.
Yeah, no problem. Nice to meet you.
Did you know that there are post boxes on Main Street USA? Yes, real actual working post boxes. You can see one over here. I've used them before to send some postcards to some of my friends in the UK. And yeah, considering Disneyland Paris sells a lot of postcards, you can definitely do the same. And yeah, your card will be sent to whoever you want it to be sent to, and you can get your stamps from that shop over there, ribbons and bows. Speaking of working real life things in Disneyland Paris, the next secret is that you can actually get your haircut in Disneyland Park if you wish to at Dapper behind me. Now the time of filming, it is unfortunately closed because I'm filming this on a Monday, and it does say here actually fermé dimanche et lundi, so closed on Sundays and Mondays, but normally this place should be open. As you can see inside, it's an actual working hair salon. If you want to get a haircut or trim your beard or something, come here and get it done. Apparently it's really nice as well. I've seen some videos of people who have got it done here. Also, it's a really fun mustache for a photo opportunity, which unfortunately I'm not tall enough for it. But it's cool that they have it so that, you know, you can get an idea of what you would look like with a mustache. Also, don't think that you can't get a haircut here if you're a female. Basically, all there is that you need to have short hair. They can do short hairstyles here, not long ones, but it doesn't matter what gender you are. The next secret can be found in the terrace area by Market House Deli, and this one's a listening one, so you got to pay close attention. So here you go. If you have a look at these buildings over there, the ones at the top have actually a piano lesson going on inside them. There's even a sign up there that actually says piano lessons, and it's so funny listening to what's going on inside the buildings.
Now, continue and I shall return in a moment. Very good.
Let's just say the student trying to learn piano in there is not the brightest of students. Right next to Market House Deli's terrace area, you might find this building over here that has a list of some of the residents that live inside. So you can see the names of the different tenants in there. We've got Harmony Bob, Junk Mayer, and then R. Sherwood MD is actually the one that we're going to talk about. So he was a doctor, medicine doctor, that's what MD stands for, and he was the first to commission a design from the young Walt Disney, and therefore he's actually a really big and important part of the Walt Disney history because he believed in Walt Disney from the start. And lastly, the 30th secret of Disneyland Paris' Main Street USA is one that I believe loads of people already know, and it has to do with the full overview of Main Street USA. And the secret is that the buildings of Main Street USA are designed so as to give us the impression that when arriving, the castle is much, much further away than us than it actually is, and then on the way back as well, when you're exiting the park, the castle is going to actually look closer to you because of the way the perspective works here. And that's basically it. These were 30 secrets about Disneyland Paris' Main Street USA. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it informative. Maybe you learned something new, a fun fact perhaps about the park. Let me know in the comments down below which of the 30 secrets was your favorite, or which one was one that you didn't know of before, which one you found the most interesting. And also please like this video if you enjoyed it so that I know to make more videos like this. I'm hoping to do 30 secrets about different lands in Disneyland Paris, so Adventureland, Frontierland, Fantasyland, and of course Discoveryland coming up in the next future. But for now it's time to say goodbye to this beautiful park, Main Street USA, my favorite part of Disneyland Paris. Honestly, it's just so stunning, especially when you first walk in and see the castle just shining bright with the blue skies at the end of the park. I had a lot of fun filming this video, and I'm so excited to share some more videos about Disneyland Paris and just Disney parks around the world with you. So make sure you subscribe to my channel to see more videos coming up, and also follow me on Instagram if you haven't already. And thank you so much for watching as always. Thank you to any of you who said hi to me today. It's always so nice meeting you, and yeah, I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.